In the headlines, Nigerians mark Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Unknown gunmen abduct Catholic priest in Ekiti. Fire destroys Araromi spare parts market in Ibadan as goods worth millions destroyed. And on the foreign scene, aircraft with 72 people on board crashes in Nepal. Hello and welcome to Trans TV News Update. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Hello and welcome once again. Now, 3 persons have been reportedly killed in an attack on the country home of spokesman of the Coalition of United Political Parties, CUPP, Ikenga Ugochinyere Imo, in Idiato North local government area of Imo State. According to sources, the gunman stormed the Ugochinyere Imo's house, where he was having a meeting with some of his supporters and started shooting sporadically as people scampered for safety. In the process, 3 persons, including the CUPP spokesman's uncle, simply known as Dan, were killed. Some vehicles and campaign materials within the premises were also set ablaze. When reached, the spokesman of the Imo State Police Command, Mike Abatam, said he was aware of the incident but does not have official details and a report of the incident yet. Now to politics, where the People's Democratic Party presidential flag bearer Atiku Abubakar has promised to fix the nightmare of the Ajaokuta Steel Company and all federal roads leading to Kogi State once he is elected president. The ex-vice president, who made the pledge on Saturday while in Lokoja in continuation of his campaign rallies to woo electorates ahead of the forthcoming election, described Kogi State as a PDP state and urged the people to rise to the occasion by voting for the party in the coming election. The PDP flag bearer expressed satisfaction with the turnout of people at the rally, noting that the crowd is an indication of a people yearning for positive change that will improve the quality and standard of living. Prominent ABC leaders and members from across the state who defected to the PDP said the APC administration in the state has made them worse off in terms of living conditions and dividends of democracy. Receiving the decampees, PDP National Chairman Iyorchia Ayu urged the returnees to work collectively towards ensuring victory for the PDP and described the worsening state of the economy, insecurity and poverty as unprecedented.
For this show of support, for this show of love which has been shown to us this afternoon. Most of your challenges have been enumerated by previous speakers. One of them is the issue of Ajaokuta. I want to confirm here that if you give us the support and you elect a PDP government, the nightmare of Ajaokuta will be a thing of the past. I assure you this, and it is a promise I have made on behalf of PDP. I also want to promise you that the issue of your inland port is not only a Kogi issue, it's the issue of all northern Nigeria. Because through the development of the port in Kogi, we also will have access to the maritime transportation in this country. So it is not Kogi matter, it's our matter for the entire north of this country. And I promise you that we will make sure we implement that program. Let me also assure you that if you vote for PDP, there will be no more salary arrears in Kogi State. Lie.
I am happy today to welcome back home some of our members who made a mistake and went to the other side. Governor Salau is here. Where are the people who are decamping? Former Deputy Governor is back with us. Do you receive him? Is he going to enjoy as you are enjoying in PDP? He made a mistake. Forgive him, take him back, and let him lead the campaign of the People's Democratic Party.
Meanwhile, the opposition People's Democratic Party and the ruling All Progressives Congress in Kwara State are trading words over the proposed visit of President Muhammadu Buhari. Addressing a press conference in Ilorin, the Director General of the PDP Campaign Council in Kwara State, Ali Ahmed, accused Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak of rushing to complete some projects for the president to inaugurate next Tuesday. He described the projects as sordid, asking the president to only attend the APC presidential campaign and not be swayed to inaugurate any project. But in a reaction, the spokesperson for the All Progressives Congress Campaign Council in Kwara State, Olasumbo Oyeyemi, clarified that the president is only coming to Kwara to flag off the APC presidential campaign and not to inaugurate any project. Oyeyemi, who said the president will come at a later date to inaugurate some landmark projects in the state, accused the PDP of being jittery of the achievements of Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak.
We are also aware that it is customary for state governors to seize the opportunity to get the president to commission completed, standard and befitting projects which had been undertaken for the benefit of the people and to demonstrate that the government is working to serve the people. This gesture usually makes such president visits more memorable and noteworthy. However, in Kwara State, much has been said about the overwhelming failure of Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak and his inability to commission landmark projects since assuming office 44 months ago. To save himself the embarrassment of having his failures become a topic of national discourse when the president visits and finds no noteworthy projects for the commissioning, a meeting was purportedly convened by the state governor and his inner cabinet members who resolved to deceitfully get President Muhammadu Buhari to commission uncompleted projects during the president's visit to Ilorin on the 17th of January 2023 for the launch for the APC presidential campaign, thereby making him a party to their shameless grand conspiracy.
Ever since this campaign has started, I've not seen them talk about what they intend to do for the people of Kwara. The only thing they keep doing is just to talk about their own failure and about the commissioning of the project. Right now, the President Muhammadu Buhari, is not coming to Kwara to commission a project on the 17th of January. He is simply coming to flag off the presidential election in Kwara State. But the PDP should not be scared, because the president will soon be in Kwara again to launch and to open up new projects in Kwara State and commission great lofty projects that would not only impact on Kwara as Kwara, but will also impact on individual lives of people in Kwara.
President Muhammadu Buhari has observed his last Armed Forces Remembrance Day in his 8-year tenure as democratically elected leader. The day, which was observed in honor of the fallen soldiers who paid the supreme price in a bloody military coup of 1966, featured the laying of wreath, gun salutes, among other annual rituals. The president was accompanied to carry out the early Armed Forces Remembrance Day rituals by top government officials and leadership of the National Assembly. Talking politics once again, governorship candidates of the 7 political parties in Katsina State have unveiled their strategic plans to make life easy. They revealed this at a town hall meeting organized by Media Trust Group and the Center for Democracy and Development. Abdullahi Ahmadi in Katsina reports that the town hall, first of its kind in the state, was made successful by the contribution of local partners.
The town hall meeting put together by Media Trust Group gave each of the candidates 10 minutes to present to the public their vision and mission and how best he intends to govern if given the mandate as governor of Katsina State. The program was also conducted in Hausa language to make it more participatory and for the understanding of most residents of Katsina State who are native speakers. All the candidates are unanimous that insecurity ravaging the state must be addressed, unveiled their strategic action plans to tackle the problem. The governorship candidates are also optimistic of restoring hope to the significant number of vulnerable population in Katsina. There are people who have been displaced by banditry, hanging at various filling stations on other public spaces in the major towns and cities across Katsina State, who need to be rehabilitated and relocated back to their houses in their respective villages. This will only be done when peace is restored. When peace is restored, the number of out-of-school children occasioned by insecurity will be tackled head-on. Our party will adopt a strategy to ameliorate the condition of the vulnerable families of Katsina State. On agriculture, which is the mainstay of the people of Katsina State, the APC, PDP, NNPP, PRP candidates agreed that the sector needs a holistic approach to revamp it. Agriculture under my administration will be revolutionized. We will introduce mechanized farming and employ more extension workers to train farmers on modern agriculture. I promise to use my knowledge to bring back the lost glory of forest reserves and cattle routes to allow herders function effectively. It is true, women and youth involvement in governance is insignificant. My government is making plans to holistically address the situation. We will make laws to protect that. The autonomy of local governments and the judiciary was also brought to the front burner during the town hall meeting, where the candidates agreed constitutional breaches must be addressed to actualize the people's dream in that regard. The chairman of the occasion, Professor Sani Abubakar Luga, commended the event, which he said has given prospective voters an opportunity to make informed decisions ahead of the poll in the state. I urge voters and INEC ad hoc staff to fear God and do the needful to allow people's votes count for leaders to salvage this country from its present predicament. I appreciate the organizers of this event, especially Media Trust Group and CDD, local partners, for a job well done. Representatives of various human rights and civil society organizations dwelt extensively on the rule of law, drugs abuse, and human trafficking, among other problems bedeviling the state. Abdullahi Ismail Ahmadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
The daughter of Senator Ike Ekweremadu has denied trafficking a homeless man into the United Kingdom to harvest his kidney. Sonia Ekweremadu, 25-year-old, is charged alongside her father, Ike Ekweremadu, 60, her mother, Beatrice, and Dr. Obinna Obeta. It is alleged they conspired together with others and another family member, Isaac Ekweremadu, who remains in Nigeria, to arrange the travel of a 21-year-old man with a view to exploiting him between 1st of August 2021 and the 5th of May 2022. The group arranged his travel from Lagos to London to remove one of his kidneys for Sonia, who has a kidney-related disease. Daily Mail gathered that the trial will begin at the Old Bailey on January 31st before High Court Justice Adam Johnson. Ike and Obeta are in custody in HMP Wandsworth and HMP Belmarsh, respectively, while Beatrice and Sonia are currently on bail. A section of the Araromi spare parts market in Ibadan has been gutted by fire. The fire, which started around 2 a.m. on Saturday, affected about 30 shops and goods worth millions of naira were destroyed. Meanwhile, a large section of the administrative block at the police command headquarters in Kano has also been gutted by fire. According to a source at the command, the incident occurred around 2 p.m. but could not tell the reason for the outbreak. It was gathered that the fire started from the provost's office and spread to the finance department, conference room, PPRO's office, Assistant Commissioner Admin's office, Deputy Commissioner Admin's office, among others. The Public Relations Officer, Kano Fire Service, Simon Yusuf Abdullahi, said they received a distress call from Patrol and Guard of Hotoro Police Division around 1:20 p.m. and a team of fire rescue swung into action. He added that while the fire has been brought under control at the time of filing this report, details of the incident were yet to reach him. The police is yet to issue a statement on the incident. You're watching Trust TV News Update, and still ahead, we'll show you how widows of ex-servicemen struggle in life. Details of this and more after the break. Stay with us.
That's great. It's good to see you.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us on Trust TV News Update. Now let's take another look at our top stories. Nigerians mark Armed Forces Remembrance Day. And Atiku takes campaign to Kogi State, promises to fix Ajaokuta Steel Complex. And now moving on to other news. With a little over 2 weeks to the 31st January deadline for the use of the old denominations of the 500, 200 and 1,000 Naira notes, the issue of unavailability of the notes remains a major concern in Benue State. Now, some residents who spoke to Trust TV are worried that if the CBN does not extend the deadline, business transactions may be adversely affected. The report.
According to the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, the old denominations of the 200, 500 and 1,000 Naira notes would cease to be legal tender on January 31st, 2023. They have been replaced by the new ones that are currently being used alongside the old ones. With the transition taking full effect just a little over 2 weeks from now, many of the residents say they are yet to see the new notes. This is because most banks, automated teller machines and point-of-sale operators are still dispensing the old notes as they try to dispose of the old ones.
The cashless policies, it's actually outrageous. They are not in support of it, not at all. Because, with that now we are unable, we will venture into businesses and the need arises for us to withdraw a certain amount of money to make certain transactions. This policy actually limits us from making such transactions at such moments, and as a result, it really creates problem among.
Although some feel the policy may hurt the ordinary market men and women, especially the local communities, they are, however, hopeful that it will check sharp practices, especially among political actors and others.
Why they say that it's going to be January 31st, because what I'm seeing now, I'm not even, since the new Naira came out, I've not even touched it. So I don't know how they were going to cut it. Well, I know that most of the people, the citizens, are still going to be using that old Naira note, that 31st now.
That's because most of us haven't even seen the new Naira notes. And even though I saw it was just once, even if you go to the bank, it's more of the old Naira note that is in circulation. Like, let me just use this one for instance. I went to the bank, when was it? Last week, Friday, and this is the money that was given to me instead of the new Naira note.
The Makurdi residents are, however, appealing to the federal government to consider the extension to the deadline to ensure that the new notes circulate properly before stopping the use of the old ones.
Recently, I went to the ATM to withdraw, and I'm still surprised because I was given the old naira note. So the new naira note is not really in existence like they say it is, because the banks haven't really brought it out for us to release it, because at the ATMs we withdraw the old naira notes, not the new ones. So I feel it's very, very poor and not really appreciated, even by the banks themselves.
Some residents are worried that some persons might resort to selling the new notes to unsuspecting members of the public if the CBN insists on the 31st January deadline.
January 15th every year is marked as Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Nigeria to honor ex-servicemen and fallen heroes of the country's armed forces. Ibrahim Ismail in this report speaks to ex-servicemen and widows of fallen heroes on life after service and after departure of their loved ones amidst the current economic challenges. His report.
Apart from the traditional laying of wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier, part of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration is the launch of an appeal fund to support ex-servicemen and widows by the Nigerian Legion. Noble as the intention is, the concern among many has been whether or not the money raised from the launch of the emblem actually reaches members of the Nigerian Legion and widows of the fallen heroes.
We've been attending and promises are being made, but one is always surprised that these promises are not fulfilled until the next year when an appeal fund day like this is coming up, before you start seeing people fulfilling their promises. How do you then take care of the families of the fallen heroes?
I have children. I have 9 children. I go down because nothing. The children, they're there for house. I did. I know they get anything for government. I know they get.
Chairman of the Nigeria Legion Gombe State Chapter, Adamu Dogo, assured of judicious distribution of funds realized through donations and sales of emblems to members.
You know, everybody has his own administration. In the next 4 years, if I continue getting assistance, surely I know that I'm going to do something in which that I will show His Excellency that what he have given me, I have used it, especially the widows and their defenders.
At the 2023 launching of the Emblem Appeal Fund, Gombe State Government donated the sum of 5 million naira to the ex-servicemen and widows.
At this particular point, I wish to say that the Gombe State Government, standing on the same 5 million of last year, is launching this appeal fund with the sum of 5 million naira, and I call on other individuals and organizations to donate towards this noble and desired event. May our Creator bless whatever will be realized, and may it be used for the purpose for which it was meant.
Beyond the solemn commemoration of the day, members of the Nigerian Legion say they need support from governments and well-meaning Nigerians to survive, especially at a time of soaring prices of goods and services. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
Now for a look at the foreign scene, where an aircraft with 72 people on board has crashed in Nepal. According to local media reports, the plane crashed between the old and new Pokhara airports in central Nepal. There were 68 passengers on board and 4 crew members. Rescue workers have arrived at the scene and some bodies have been recovered from the crash site. And that wraps up Trust TV News Update for this hour. For more news, you can subscribe to watch us live on YouTube and follow us across all our social media platforms. All right, as we break to bring you continued coverage of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Thanks for watching.